You want to see who's the real news daddy?
News
Get a
now.
load of this fucking hunk of meat.
Wow.
Sexy
Holy
Phil,
shit.
baby.
Holy
Sexy
shit.
Phil.
Who needs 2 kidneys when you got 2 guns? You know what I'm saying? Dude, he looks good. Phil, can I talk about your body when you're jacked?
Probably not still.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
shit.
Yeah.
He did explicitly ask you not to. So.
Jack it off.
Sorry, Phil. So no
But
comment.
you look great.
No
Congrats,
comment.
Phil.
You look
Nope.
great.
Nope.
You're black. You never say anything.
my God.
Jesus Christ. That
Are
was
you
a
good?
Powerful sneeze.
I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me.
Was-
My dad used to sneeze like that.
Wow. That's good, Ian.
My dad used to sneeze like that, and I thought he was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But now, when I sneeze, it's so explosive.
Yeah.
I'm a powerful sneezer,
Cannot.
too.
I can't silence it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Thank you for backing me up. So no comment on Phil. His
From
hand.
you. Yeah, I'm going to say that he looks great. Congrats, Phil.
No, don't say that.
You're the only one blacklisted here.
Bullshit. He said, no, I don't want people talking about my body.
No.
You're on this
You.
show.
You talking.
Okay, pull up. What did he say? We got to analyze it. We got to play semantics.
No, let's not relitigate it because he was actually upset about that. I'm just joking around.
So here's a post he posted from June, and I'm not going to comment on it, but here, my bi-monthly health and fitness update where I seek praise from strangers on the internet, except not when Ethan.
You're not a stranger. He knows you.
Okay, that's the exception.
Yeah.
In the last month, I started caring less about the number on the scale and shifted to think about what my body can do. It's a healthy mental change. Good for you. Good for you, bro. Also, his hands are looking nice and meaty and veiny. Big hands. Big hands on the veiny suckers. Like to imagine those hands doing something.
Whoa.
Oh, no?
Keep it light.
There's
I wanna-
something not related to Philly D's body that we can talk about that I do think you should comment on, though.
Hold on. Can we please get some corpse husband styled hand thirst traps from Phil? Please.
Corpse husband hands.
He just films because he didn't show his face. He just shows
Right.
his hand like when his veins bulging, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah,
What happened to corpse husband? I haven't heard that name in years.
oh yeah, his fucking hand is so hot right now." Anyway, Phil, if I were to say anything, it would be nothing because I've been prohibited, and I respect your request.
Fantastic.
I call you News Daddy. Mm-hmm. That's right. But there is actually something I do want to talk about, like something that we've all kind of noticed, and something I think a lot of y'all have noticed too. In fact, geez, he's even crying blood. It's so serious. Philip DeFranco's TikTok is turned into like literal doom baiting. It's like all about war and fucking death, and it's working for him. The views are nuts, but like
Crazy.
if you watch Philip DeFranco TikTok, I'm pretty sure you're just living in a bunker or a safe room because the world is ending.
This is so like different than his YouTube videos.
I think he found
Like it's
What works?
exclusively like military, like battlefield updates.
He's a warlord.
News Daddy, baby. Yeah, it's all U.S. soldiers fled North Korea to escape racism in America. What? That's interesting. That's bad for America. Damn. They're like even North America is better than this
That
shit.
is really bad.
Al Qaeda calls for revenge on Sweden and Denmark. North Korea is preparing offensive war.
Shout out.
France is fighting. U.S. picks a side in the World War Africa. He's calling it. World War Africa has begun?
World War
Question mark?
Africa appears to have begun. ECOWAS has activated its standby forces to restore democracy and constitutional order in the Republic of Niger, with maintaining that all options remain on the table. Also, earlier today, Niger told the U.S. that if their neighboring nations intervene, they'll kill the ousted president that they're holding hostage, which is the biggest mistake the junta has made so far, as this seems to be what pushed
Yo,
ECOWAS
they're
to
wearing
intervene.
white pants on the outside of their...
ECOWAS's
Combat
military,
fatigues?
the U.S. has picked a
God
side.
damn it.
World War Africa appears to have begun. ECOWAS has activated its standby.
World War Africa. If it's a world war, why Africa?
There's a little bit
You
of a
can't have a
contradiction
World
there.
War Africa. It's just a world war.
Continental war. Continental war, Africa.
Philip,
sounds
the
bad.
State Department. Top comment. That's good.
By forces to restore democracy and constitutional order.
But yeah, I noticed that. He's just, I mean, you know. he found something that works, but it is a little doom baiting. I don't know. You know what I mean? Little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. China attacks Philippines in South China Sea.
China attacked the Philippines in the South China Sea, with a Chinese Coast Guard ship firing a water cannon at a Philippine ship attempting to resupply a marine garrison. The Philippines condemned the action, and the U.S. reminded China that it has a treaty obligation to defend the Philippines, and that extends to its ships in the South China.
Yeah. China attacked the Philippines in South China Sea. Like, it's... He's trying to make everyone think that, like, war is about to break out any second.
Civil war.
You know? World War Africa. But, I mean, what do you think? Because he's getting views. And he is a newsman. I mean, he's news daddy.
Yeah. He is covering the news, but is it selective to get views? I guess that's the question.
I think he exaggerates the danger to the
Right.
world. China is abandoning... Let me look for a really scary-looking one. China and Russia sail off coast of America.
China and Russia sent a huge naval patrol near Alaska, with at least 11 Chinese and Russian ships coming very close to Alaska but never entering U.S. waters. Reportedly, 4 U.S. destroyers and P-8 aircraft were dispatched to shadow their patrol, and it was reportedly a historic first, as this was the largest flotilla to ever approach the United States, which is why the U.S. described this as highly provocative. Follow to stay in the loop. China and Russia sent
Follow
a
to stay in the
huge...
loop. Follow to know when the first nukes drop.
I want to hear the slide of all the Phil TikToks, like the noise he makes.
Oh,
like the big
interesting.
news
Let's
guy.
try it.
Naval patrol. It's the calm before Kenya is ready to lead a multinational force. Kenya is ready to lead a multinational force into Haiti. And then China attacked the Philippines. China
guess
is
not that
fed
good.
up with. The U.S. is taking over peace talks with Belarus has begun military drills on. Russia says they may not hold The U.S. and Saudi Arabia reportedly have a working plan in place. The U.S. just issued an urgent security alert telling all World War Africa appears to have begun. ECOWAS says military intervention in the U.S. has picked a side in World War Africa with an out.
Is World War Africa his own verbiage? Is that like? Let me see.
I've heard it everywhere.
I've never heard it before.
Really?
I don't know. He's World War Africa. There's nothing here. He is World War Africa. I type World War Africa. I don't see anything.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot.
That's a Philly D exclusive.
If he coined that, that's awesome.
I think he did.
Crazy.
By the way, that flotilla thing, do you know anything about that, Dan? Because I feel like when that stuff happens, it's usually like routine and happens all the time. And you can make it sound like the world's...
I had read a little bit about it. From what I understand, it was they kind of went by the Aleutian Islands, which is the island chain that extends out from Alaska. So, and like he did say in it, I mean, they didn't enter international waters. But yeah, I mean, there's no question that there tensions between China and the United States are rising. But yeah, that's about all I know. I'd have to read into it more.
World War Africa is beginning.
World War Africa. I think it's a proxy conflict of World War Africa, actually. It's the Alaskan campaign.
China
he did say
has...
it's the largest flotilla to ever approach the United States. I feel like Pearl Harbor was probably a bigger flotilla.
Well, they didn't have flotillas.
Yeah, they did. I mean, that's just a term for a fleet.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing floating. There was flytillas.
Well, the aircraft carriers got relatively close to Hawaii and Pearl Harbor.
Flotilla? What's a float? I'm going to define flotilla for my dumbass. Flotilla. Ugh. Here it is. You guys want to know what flotilla means? A fleet of ships or boats. But it was airplanes.
Those airplanes were launched from aircraft carriers that were part of a giant fleet, though.
They were, I think they, well,
They were close enough to bomb, so... Anyways,
I'm defending News Daddy here.
There's another angle to this too that I'm curious about. This is original content. It's not from his show. So they recorded for TikTok, which I find, or
they
it's
must.
an AI, or it's like an AI DeFranco voice.
Philly DeFranco
Because I
voice.
watch a lot of these channels. They must spend time doing this.
Well,
You know
it
what
takes
I mean?
him 2 seconds to rattle off the dialogue.
I suppose, yeah.
I mean, here, this one got 8 million about aliens.
A former intelligence officer testified in front of the United States Congress today that the U.S. is in
He
possession
did
of
talk about
alien
this on the main
bodies.
show, so this one's a little less.
Yeah.
But
But
it's really dumb, though. the story. Hold on.
And UFOs. With the officer claiming that non-human technologies have injured humans and that the U.S. government became aware of aliens in the 1930s. He also says he's seen a video of a UFO being shot down and that the U.S. government has a program to retrieve crashed UFOs and reverse engineer them.
Whatever. I like this comment. Why do UFOs only spawn in the U.S.? Question. Does seem like that sometimes, doesn't it?
Oh, nice. Here's actually
Russia just attacked a U.S.
Phil's profile picture. On
he's the
TikTok.
warlord.
He's the warlord.
Wait, is that real?
Yeah, this is a real photograph.
No, is that really his? I know.
What are you asking? What aspect?
Is this his profile?
No. Cam made this.
Okay, Jesus. I don't know. He used to be taking on the persona. It's a rainy day out here in Los Angeles.
That would rule. Maybe he should.
Just to own it. I thought I was like, okay, fuck, he owns it. Here's Philly D's collab with Corpse Husband, by the way. Look at those meaty hands and veins, bro. Like, imagine those hands all over me, Corpse Husband.
This Corpse Husband picture. I forgot about that.
Drone. Right when a U.S. drone was returning home after it completed its mission of defeating ISIS, a Russian jet flew within meters of it and deployed flares on it, which hit its propeller, severely damaging it. With the U.S. saying this was an attempt to knock the U.S. drone out of the sky. And the U.S. saying, we call upon the Russian forces in Syria to put an immediate end to this reckless, unprovoked, and unprofessional behavior. And apparently both sides use the deconfliction hotline, but reportedly that line has been very heated lately and has just been a place for the two of them to verbally argue instead of de-escalate. Follow to stay in the loop.
Follow to stay in the loop. Put on notifications to get to know before the alarms go off.
Tell them to bring out the cappuccino.
Tell them to bring out the nuclear war.
Tell them to bring out the whole ocean.
I don't know, though. I mean, he's doing his thing. I don't know. Is it a problem? I don't know. Probably not. He's fine. It's just funny. It's like, whoa, when did Philly turn into...
It's interesting how different it is from his YouTube content, for sure.
Yeah.
Follow to stay in the loop. Put your notifications on to find out when the zombie apocalypse is happening. Anyway, good for you, Phil. Found success on TikTok. It's not easy.
Nope.